Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Halloween Cup for the Little League, and we're going to be running the Marill with the Skrelp and the Pumpkaboo. Even though we are running Tackle Marill here, we are going to have the potential Aqua Tail, so they decided to switch out of there into their own Marill. We have the Pumpkaboo for this situation. We can resist all the moves, so we can deal the damage and potentially get a shield. Or farm down here if they are going to allow it to go through. There's the body slam. We get the farm down, and now we see the Shuckle in the back. So this is going to be a takedown by the Shuckle, and we're trying to get to another Grass Knot. Okay, that's pretty good damage there. We do grab a shield as well, so that's really fantastic. We're going to go into our Marill here versus the Shuckle because it has better tankiness. And then now we get matched up against this Golett. Golett is going to be able to do super effective fast moves. However, we are applying a lot of pressure with our water guns. They are going to be able to throw a move here where they are going to shield the first one. Ends up being the Brick Break, but you know what? We have two shields. We're going to have to use it anyways. We are going to tank this move here. Rock Blast does get used. We can tank that. And now it comes down to, can we get enough Aqua Tails to take out this Shuckle? We do have a shield still, so we are looking good for now. At least they are in the red. Rock Blast does get thrown again. We're going to shield it just so that they are forced to use some more energy. We get to this Aqua Tail, and now it's a race. Yes, we do get to that Aqua Tail for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to line up our Marill onto their Shuckle and our Pumpkaboo onto their own Marill. All right, next team. Let's see what we find. So I believe this team here is basically just fishing out Marills. Cottony in the front here is kind of interesting. We are going to switch out into the Pumpkaboo. We get a little bit of extra damage onto that Cottony before they switch out into their own Shuckle. Rock Blast does get thrown. Unfortunately, Shuckle is just going to be too tanky for this Pumpkaboo. However, we do get two Grass Knots off to get it into the yellow, which is not bad considering how tanky it is. We're going to be able to match up our Marill here onto their Shuckle. Stone Edge does get revealed, but we can tank that easily. And we have no choice but to farm down at this point. We're going to have to tank this move. Let's see if they... Okay, they decided to let it go down. Cottony comes back in, but we have a ton of energy. At least we're going to do a lot of damage here. Our opponent does invest the first shield, and we're going to try to get to another move here. We do get to another body slam. We just want this low enough so we can potentially farm down. Yep, so they do force to get switched out into their own Marill, and this is as good as it's going to get. So we're going to have to play around the energy here. It's going to come down to this decision right here. Is it just going to get shielded or is it going to get let go? They decide to shield, and we are in a better spot now. We're going to tank this body slam. We're going to make sure we get as much energy as possible. Throw this sludge bomb, and get it so low that we potentially can farm down. They are going to have to switch out, and we do catch the move, so that was the winning play right there. We use all their energy. We're going to farm it down. We come out with a Aqua Tail, and we can throw this Aqua Tail back at that Marill. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game off of a terrible lead. That Cottony running Razor Leaf would have annihilated our Marill. So nice play by us. On to the next game. We got the Marill onto the Shuckle. Pretty solid matchup here. Now it's going to come down to what they have in the back. We're going to fire off this Aqua Tail here. The Aqua Tail will go through. Opponent does throw a move, ends up being the Stone Edge. We can tank that. Interesting that they're deciding to stay now, or they're just trying to soften our Marill and then switch out. We'll find out. Aqua Tail does get revealed again. They're tanking it. Okay, so maybe they're content in letting this go. We're going to overfarm a ton here, and we're going to throw this Aqua Tail right before they get to another move. Our opponent does end up shielding. Okay, so there's the shield we wanted. We can go back to back here. This is going to get the shield, or it's going to get the KO. They decide to double shield, and that's going to allow us to get to another move. That's going to take out this Shuckle, and now they're in big trouble. We're going to go into the Skrelp because it has a great advantage against that Skrelp. And then you have your classic Marill in the back. We do have the Sludge Bomb for this Marill. We can shield here, or we can let it go. We decided to just tank it. And then we're going to see if we can get to another move here. We do get to this Aqua Tail. Is this enough to take it out? Let's find out. Not quite, but they are able to farm us down. We're going to go back into our Marill to tank this energy. Aqua Tail does get revealed. We're going to switch back out into the Pumpkaboo. We have to beat this Skrelp now with the Pumpkaboo. We tank the first one. They get the boost. Is that going to cost us the game? Cross Poison does get revealed again. This time, no boost. We are chunking away with the Astonish, but luckily they have no more shields, and we are able to take them out with our Shadow Sneak. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with two shield Pumpkaboo, mainly doing most of the damage. All right, Marill versus the Shuckle again. They switch out into their Marill as well. We're going to go into this Pumpkaboo. Great matchup. Obviously, we resist everything, and this is running the tackle version as well. So this is going to be able to Arcana. We do grab that shield. So early indication, maybe they're trying to play out the timeout game. We're going to make sure we throw this next Grass Knot here to force them to make a decision. Are they going to double shield or let this go? They decided to go for the double shield. Okay. We're going to match them here. And let's see. Okay, they do finally switch out. And we do switch out into the Skrelp onto their Skrelp. They're trying to play out the timeout game. We're going to be able to take out this Skrelp. Aqua Tail does some good neutral damage, gets them into the low red. We can take another move, so we're going to allow this to go through, and then we're going to be able to farm down. We know the rest of the team they had, so as long as we have the correct alignment, we should be good. They come back in here with a Shuckle. We are going to be able to throw our own Aqua Tail here. Super effective damage, but you can see very tanky still. We're going to be able to match up our own Marill onto their Shuckle. We have the health advantage. We have the shield advantage. They throw the Stone Edge. We can tank that. We don't need to switch out right now because we have a very, very healthy Marill. And they realize that that is the situation because we can always use our shields to prevent that damage. And overall health, we would be able to win against that team anyways. Because in the case of a timeout, it comes to overall health. All right, switching into the Pumpkaboo, into the Skrelp. They decided to throw the Cross Poison. Then they switch out into the Clogsire. Okay, so not necessarily a counter to the Pumpkaboo, but they are going to invest a shield. Shadow Sneak gets thrown again. They double shield that situation. So they've shown double poison users. We are going to have to come back in here with the Skrelp. We're doing super effective fast move damage. We shield the first one. They reveal Stone Edge. And now we're going to allow this next Stone Edge to go through. We see the Skrelp come back in. This Skrelp is going to have to tank this Aqua Tail. We can shield here and look for a farm down. Let's see. We do get the farm down. That's fantastic. Let's see. We see the Clogsire come back in. No, ends up being the Marill, and they are able to farm us down. That was a potential opportunity for us to switch out. And we lose all that energy on our Skrelp. And now let's see if we can come back from this situation because we do have the health advantage. However, we are going to see if we have enough charge moves to take out this Marill. They do have the Pokemon advantage, so in the case of a timeout, they would automatically win with the 2-to-1 advantage. Luckily, we are going to be able to throw a ton of body slams, but they are also going to be throwing a bunch of body slams. It looks like we are going to be able to have the health advantage because we are ahead in energy, and we throw this body slam, get it into the red. So they're throwing energy here while we have energy remaining. Oh, they switch out, allow us to farm it down. Okay, we throw this body slam here. Let's see if this is going to KO. It doesn't quite KO. Now it comes down to the last move, and we faint on the move. So GG's to our opponent, unable to win that game right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.